What's up, guys? RC Syndicate here, and today let's talk about weight. What's up, guys? I hope everyone's doing great. Today we're going to discuss weight. There's plenty of different things you can do with weight. You know, people have gone to lightening the rigs up. Way back when, that was always the big thing, is always make your rigs as light as possible. And then in the last few years, you've seen the trend to make the rigs more LCG friendly, lower center of gravity, by adding brass and heavier weight down low, which is a little bit different for me. I'm not used to that. However, I've kind of adapted. So there are pros and cons, and that's a whole other video to discuss pros and cons as far as adding weight, where you should put it, how you should utilize it. But in this particular video, I just want to just go over the weights of the rigs. This is a relatively stock XCX-10-2. So go over this particular rig, and then we'll weigh up my class 1, class 2, and class 3, just so you guys can see the differences and kind of get a comparison. Now, at one time I did weigh all these rigs, but to be honest with you, I've completely forgotten how heavy they are or how light they are. So this is going to be a completely blind reaction. Let's see how heavy they are, and let's do it together. So the first one on the scales today is going to be my stock deadbolt. This is a SCX-10.2, completely stock other than these tree wheels, but this should give us a relatively good baseline, since, you know, more than likely when we get these things, usually we throw on a set of wheels right off the bat. So let's go and get this thing on the scale, and let's just see how much she weighs. Throw your guesses in the comment section. What do you think? Now, I'm not gonna lie, I honestly thought she was gonna be way lighter than that, but 5 pounds, 9.3 ounces, that's a hell of a baseline. So let's take that, and let's go and move over to the class 1. Guys, throw your guesses in the comment section, and let's see what we got. So you can see here, she comes in at 6 pounds, 5.4 ounces. 6 pounds, 5.4 ounces. That is one hefty rig right there. That is nuts. I honestly didn't think she was that heavy. But this is a prime example, kind of what I was mentioning earlier, is that you have a rig here that has brass right here in all four corners. We do have brass links. We have a metal G-Speed chassis, but still a metal chassis with a hard body. So we have a lot of weight right here. One thing I didn't mention is that all these rigs are without batteries, so this is all rig weight. But again, that's a lot of brass to offset the hard body. Now, that's the unfortunate thing right now that I have with this class 1, is I don't have my components positioned well to really utilize this G-Speed chassis. I really need to utilize it in a much better way to get that center of gravity much lower than I have it. So this is the best of what I have right now, so making it work, and by making it work is these components that I had laying around. So that's why we have brass right here, we have brass links, metal bumper. So again, just a heavy old girl. But let's go ahead and get into with our class 2, and let's see how heavy she is. So the class 2, I have 5 pounds, 1.8 ounces. Interesting. 5 pounds, 1.8 ounces on this particular rig. Now, I kind of expected this, and let me just talk about it for a second. So this is a carbon chassis that's on this thing. Links are titanium, so substantially lighter. And this is relatively a stock XCX-10-2. This is a EMG kit build, so we have the single, or the one piece axle, so you have gray diff covers on this thing, but this is gutted out. That's no interior, bare bones, get it done, comp with it crawler right here. And 5 pounds, 1.8 ounces, that's pretty darn good. For this particular rig, it's very top heavy, and that's really because of that gladiator body. But if you were to make changes to that, shoot, throw on maybe a creep body, or whatever else that would be a little bit better for a comp rig, that'd be awesome. But this is one hell of a trail rig, and I super like it, and it's pretty dope. So that's pretty good. Now you can kind of see that, okay, you had your stock deadbolt that weight, you had your fully out like crazy class 1 and that weight, but this is pretty good. 5 pounds, 1.8 ounces. Now for the class 3. This one should be the lightest, but let's find out. Sorry guys, for some reason the audio is cutting out on this thing, but you can see here I have 5 pounds 3.3 ounces. 5 pounds 3.3 ounces for this particular rig. You know, let's talk about reason why this rig is so much more heavier than that class 2, and not by a lot. Well, this class 3 is packing on a metal transmission with the dig servo on the back, so it does have dig on it. That is a lot of weight on this bad boy right here. It also has brass links compared to the titanium, and a few other things that are kind of working against it. But to put in perspective, that's brass, that's a dig servo, but we're not that far off from the class 2 that's gutted and titanium. So you can see where this class 3 definitely has potential. Now some of them guys are able to hit like, you know, 4 pounds or 3 pounds on their rigs. Hey, that's freaking awesome. But for me, that just does not work. But there you go. You can see that. Not too shabby, especially for a full-blown comp rig that is pretty damn capable in its own right. Well guys, there you can see we got the class 2 in our number 1 first place with the lightest weight. Class 3 coming in at number 2. Our stock deadbolt coming in at number 3. Not too freaking bad. And poor old girl, just every bit working against her, is our class 1. But you know, it's alright. She does pretty okay for what she is, but she's a little bit on the hefty side. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, consider hitting that like button. If you're a returning member, hey, I continually appreciate the support. If this is your first time on the channel and you like what you see, hey, consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss anything, because we have plenty of content, plenty of videos to go. Got a lot of stuff for 2022. Guys, I appreciate it again. You guys stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one.